Good to have you with us. So Illinois is broke, and when you go to local and state leaders and say, "Hey, we need some mental health facilities," they say what?
Keep looking.
Do you find it odd that he seems to speak so highly about Putin? Should he do that? Also, you've met Putin. What is he like?
Well, the words about Putin are getting a little less nice over the last since he's been in office.
Does it concern you that the world seems to be looking inward, especially here in America? Does that impact democracy and trying to spread democracy, I guess, the best you can
Yes.
around the world?
All we need to do is to stand with those who are trying to get the same rights that we are.
To expand on Lauren's question, in the wake of that cartoon controversy, some of the more conservative members of your staff have left, are gone. Is all this part of you moving to the center?
Well, you know what? I'm not really changing what I've always maintained we need to do.
You have this long list of things that are part of your agenda, and the Wall Street Journal kind of outlined in its editorial the other day that you haven't gotten many of them, if any of them. What have you gotten on your agenda?
Oh, we've gotten a tremendous amount done. We've gotten procurement reform inside the government.
So there's been some criticism that police officers have kind of pulled back because they've seen all this attention. Some of it fair, some of it unfair. They say, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Why am I putting myself out there? Has that attitude changed at all? Is this new policy going to compound that situation?
I think it is.
So as a mom, is there a saying your mother had that you decided not to use and one that you keep, that you do use?
Well, one of them is beauty is as beauty does. That served me really well in my life, and I'm passing this on to my mother.
That's great.
I mean, to my daughter.
But I was broke. I needed the money, and then they offer me this guy who I have to pick my nose and belch, and
You're a
and I'm
classically
going.
trained.
My classic. What happened to my classically trained acting? I was supposed to be doing Shakespeare at this point.
So if you go into it thinking, well, this pedestrian actor would pick his nose this way, but what I'm going to do.
Right. That is exact. See, you think it's a joke. It isn't. I was serious about it.
In the 80s, being a nerd was a horrible thing.
Yeah.
Now, people embrace it.
Absolutely.
Are you like the Abraham Lincoln of nerds?
We talk about it all the time because that's what everybody says.
The fact that people were voting for me, I've never voted for anything on TV in my life. So the fact that people were watching a show, staying up late and calling in and over again for me and my partner just made me feel really good.
Now, Bitler wants to talk baseball.
As a baseball fan, can I just apologize
had to get that
to
out of the
everybody
way.
watching that we just sold this segment with dancing video and spent 3 minutes talking about dancing?
I apologize. It had to be done. You be quiet.
Guys in the World Series for crying out loud.
Okay, go.
Before we get to baseball, can we show these old photos that are in the book that are great of you as a young guy? We're so used to seeing you as Grandpa Rossi. And it was fun to see for people who didn't follow you before you came to the Cubs. Do we have those photos?
Yeah, there's some in there where I actually got hair on. Oh, there's me and my dad.
God.
Isn't that a great photo?
That's one of my
great.
favorites. Yeah, just kind of in the backyard of the house. That's me
And
and my
look
wife
at
in college,
this guy
right?
here.
Who's that skinny, sexy thing? What's going on with that? My beautiful wife there with me in college. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's pretty cool to look back on photos. When I was going through those to do the book was neat.
So yeah, to the book, what surprises you now about what it takes to be successful in baseball that you didn't know when you were that kid at 20?
I think just putting yourself second and kind of looking at the big picture.
Oh, it says you
I
are.
fake it well. I fake it well.
nice.
It's all for TV.
You are special assistant to baseball operations. What the hell is that?
That is come every once in a while and wave and smile. Yeah.
I set up a freezer so I could cool off midday.
Are you just looking for excuses to take your shirt off on video?